Good morning, 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 and good afternoon, everybody in between. Let's go. 5-minute flip, 15-minute creating a valid low. We've now swept underneath. Ideally, this closes bullish, but I believe we're heading up to 310 at minimum. You've also got your London and Asia highs here. The problem is you've got major red folder news coming in about a minute and a half. Major red folder news coming in a minute and a half. You've actually broken 5-minute structure, so I do think that we're going to have a strong rally. I'm just wondering if this red folder is going to do anything anything dangerous before we get going here. Morning, Victor. What's going on, buddy? You guys ever have weird, random coffee thoughts? Maybe you guys that know physics can help me out a little bit more as we wait for news. If you're making coffee, say I have like an espresso, and it pours the coffee in at a particular temperature, does it matter if you put the milk in gradually or you put it in before? Like if you put the milk in before, the coffee would gradually heat it up and it would probably be hotter at the end, wouldn't it? Versus if you put the milk in at the very, very end. Feels like it would cool everything down a lot more. Good morning. Ooh. PMI. Still looking, still think we get higher. You've got targets lower. This is a little bit surprising, but that's also why we don't take positions right before red folder news. Just in case we have something like this go on. We never got a flip on the one or anything like that. Right? You've got your bullish movement here. We finally flipped now, but in my opinion, this might just be a liquidity grab before us to jump higher. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. No trades yet for me, of course. We'll see if this candle sweeps, takes it, and then if we close inside, then I want to be like extremely long for for 150, 200 point move. When marbles. Later. Morning, Gregory. Morning, MW. So lunch lows yesterday. The daily probably closed bearish. Yeah. So if we're being dumb, following price, not trying to guesstimate too much, you would expect this daily low to go. Next day model. Problem with that is we've tapped into and taken out this, which is huge. Not only that, but we got a massive reaction off of it, and that is inside of a daily time frame zone, right? So here's your daily time frame zone. That area there actually aligns with, not like that, the pocket of your zone. So lots of liquidity here. Tons of liquidity here, or tons of interest, either way you want to look at it. So sweeping coming back in, beautiful, beautiful. I think if you get an inversion here and you guys are trading, like that's still a not a ridiculous, but it's a very, very high or big stop, even on the 1 minute time frame, which is wild, right? That would be like 250s stop underneath. That's like a 70-point stop. My goodness. So we'll see what ends up happening here. All right, but you're seeing exactly what our thoughts were. We actually left that low, which is wild. Just a lot of interest on both sides. A lot of interest on both sides. So be patient. If we confirm, then we're looking at a stall candle or something like that inside of here. Cool. You could argue we flip, but that flip failed underneath here so far on the 5 minute time frame, depending on what happens in 50 seconds. Right? If this 5 ends up closing underneath this one, and that level is 224, then we've got a different decision. We've got a different decision to make. Again, we broke structure on the 5 minute time frame. Trading into this, yes, but 5 minute structure is usually my hallmark for what I want to do with higher time frame movements. Come on, mouse. Mercy. Strong close. Now you'd be looking either at this fractal and your stop goes underneath. Not exactly where we want that candle to occur, but very, very strong price action. Now closing above this as well, so trading back in. Morning, Amit. Woo. Had that swept and failed, I would have been very, very interested. Not involved just yet. Puking so far. Still hasn't flipped, right? We flipped on the 1, yes. If this doesn't mitigate, then I think we're good. I did take this in the low 30s from that bounce off the 5-minute when this went red to green. And I'm looking for this high and then beyond. We've created a valid high after a valid low. So we want to see what goes on here. Wow, that was violent. Woo! If this doesn't recover immediately, I'm going to bail on this. I do not like how violent that sell-off was. That was like 20 points in a heartbeat. Still holding here, but man. Okay, my stop's underneath that bearish candle now. Just in case we want to take these the lunch lows from yesterday. It's got to clear that area where it just obliterated longs. But mercy. Did not like that at all. So we'll see if it's still got some juice. But I do think the better idea is to the upside. I'm going to find out really, really quick. 9:55. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, this is dirty. Price action. I'm out now. I'm out now. That is disgusting. What was that? That was like a 30 or 40 candle obliteration in a second, wasn't it? Still not unhappy with the long side. I just do not like the sell pressure. So my concern is that we've actually left an objective lower, even though we've had some major recovery. There's a lot to like about the bullish side, right? That's violent. We inverted, and now we're trading underneath. So we'll see if this holds or not, but gross. Gross, gross, gross. So we'll see. If we trade into here, I think this is definitely valid. but just don't like the sell pressure. Right, and you're this would trade back into 25 if this ends up validating, like you've got a valid high, right? This is actually a little bit wild because I think that closed underneath this. Not really that clear, but you got a valid high, valid low, another valid high. We're kind of doing this, which should lead to either this if we snap, right? So we can't, well, that's technically a CSD anyway, right? So we flip to trade back in, then we flip back. So not really the most clear, so I'm sitting out right now. Right? This to me is definitely a trade I would take. You know, that failure and then that violent movement. So this is the position evolving with what happened here. I do think that we probably run through this low because otherwise we should have done this. I think this was the, like, by far the more higher probability idea. You've got 5-minute protected low here. Is your 5-minute protected low, right? So we swept and failed it. Came back in. We actually inverted, traded back into it, and then that should leave. So there's no 5-minute reason at all. This is a really high time frame throwing its weight around. So I would usually be looking at this for a long. This is an unmitigated area that led to a large movement and a CSD. I think that's valid. I'm passing on it today because I don't like how much sell pressure came in when the objective should have been trading higher, not only to 310 but 370. So I'll sit on my hands and I'll wait for something. Seek and destroy, maybe. And by the way, like that sort of narrative, when that snapped there, or even this, which is a lot more aggressive, but certainly after that, now you're looking at this low saying that we're not done yet. And the reason we're not done yet is because this was the expectation. So we had a very, very clear narrative. That obviously was proven completely wrong. So people were shorting in here and they just made 40 points. We've now taken those lunch lows. Maybe now we can finish our objective. Another CSD flip. We'll see if we trade back. Well, actually, it's right here right now, and then your stop would be underneath. But risk accordingly. This is getting to be quite violent here. If you're long, again, you're looking for the moon. Which I am. This is the area that sent us down. So people will be looking at this here to trade at least back down to here. I think that that's silly idea, even if it does work. My thought is 310 and then beyond. And if you did hit this flip, that's your trade back in right there. You're not expecting it to come all the way back down here or the midpoint. You're expecting this to tap back in and go. We've got a ton of buying. We knew that it was taking this low and that objective, so I bailed out in here, right? So if you did take that long and you were holding for proper objectives, your stop would have been here underneath. This should have left and it just didn't. That one got obliterated. That one got obliterated. And you're looking for this to run. Anybody along right now? Anybody along with me? Your stop should be underneath this. Likely break even right now. It has no business returning down to here. Like, we're gone. You got a flat bottom, fair enough. And by the way, you notice expansionary type price action when you don't get these deep mitigations. Right? So we just broke this. You want to be breaking this high. Right? Because that's your weak high. We have no business stopping before this. We very well could create a bit of a sideways movement. Good, 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 good. Those of you guys that did hit this short, I think that would have been an area to consider short. But yeah, this should just lift, unless it has to come back down for a little bit more liquidity in the 50s. But we're stalling here. People are taking some profits. That's cool. Right, as we've taken that weak high. But I think the consensus is that we should be gone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody made their bag already? You're probably still holding for 310. That's your 15-minute high. That was the idea that we had initially. Now, has that changed? I think it has. You're going to get a 15-minute bullish engulfing candle. And you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know how strong of a price signature that is. Right? We've now swept underneath the 15-minute and closed above it. So this was the current objective on this movement as we made a 15-minute valid low. You'd even argue it was probably this one. I think that's fair. Right? But the CSD area was up higher, which is why I have this area marked out. I think that this 310 might give us a bit of trouble, but quite honestly, this is do not short territory now. This is do not short territory now. Internal protected high. now officially broken. Some wicks. Very possibly we trade back down into this area of major decision. Those of you guys that have been around for a while, we love trading to areas of major decision. It aligns with your fair value gap. Those of you guys that love your imbalances. The imbalances. Good morning, good morning. I see a lot of ETF, DTFs in here. I love the love for ETF. Going on Twitter and looking at ETF is a bit of a firestorm. That's wild to me. People can't read rules. People can't read rules, man. Reading is fundamental. You would think reading is fundamental. You would think. People run up DTF accounts. They get like a 20-day win streak, so they're like, hey, you did really well, man. Let's move you to live. Put some payouts, some of your payout in there to give you a good run. That's our goal. And they're like, no, I want it all. Well, no, that's not how it works. 2 stop losses done for the day. Okay. Is that like two losses you took? This to me was 1 for sure. I could have taken profits. Should have taken profits. Maybe not. Maybe not actually. I think that was a valid thing to hold for. I like to de-risk often, but situations where I'm expecting much higher, I don't really like to be like, hey, like let's make sure that whatever I want to, let's ride this thing. Let's ride this thing. Right? But this is hard to get a hold of if you're not involved here. Then you've got to like pray to God that this comes back in, or whatever goes on with this candle, maybe even just long here. And now your stop goes at a decent spot, because this shouldn't chop around. If we're right, this is finished business and gone. Like gone. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Demetrius. I think I already said hi to you guys, but I'm just making sure. I noticed when I was just thinking about the stream that I was really caught up in like, let's get some money. Let's make some magic happen. And then some people were saying hi or asking questions or whatever, and they got missed. So if we're going to trade down to here, this shouldn't run. If we're going to trade down to here, this is not how I would look to short at all. Not that I'm looking short by any means at all. You're getting continuation on your 5-minute on ES. You got your NQ5 that's now actually flipped with a confirmation as well. That was a little bit wild that we broke structure, and now we're looking to do the same thing back. So we'll see. We'll see. SMT on ES? Yes. Down here, you mean? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Morning, Marionette. Morning, Tommy in it. Yes, sir. And those of you guys that are taking part in these things too, I would appreciate it if you guys did give ETF a shout out. They give away a lot of DTF accounts on a daily basis. They give us 4 for the week for you guys. And it's just really kind. Just really kind. Yeah, this thing is rocking. This thing is rocking. Oh, just well, I mean, it's partly like industry, I think, too. You know, where you've got like different firms that let me circle back. So we're spoiled as traders right now. Like, we're really spoiled as traders in the prop world right now. And what I mean by that is that we have an extremely low barrier to entry of picking up a lot of capital, buying capital to trade with. Not to be confused with liquidity or like people people are like, I manage $1 million in prop funding, man. You're like, shut up. What are you talking about? Like, you have 100K accounts, which is essentially 30 grand of buying power. That's it. That's it. Right? And by the way, what's your stop loss? 3 grand per account. You know? So like, if it's like a major red flag if somebody's on Twitter and they're like, I'm a funded trader with $1 million in capital. You know, like, okay, pal. But like let's take ETF as an example, right? You buy an account, it's what, $30. You pass the account, the 50K, and then you pay 80 bucks. So for like 110, you've got access to 2 grand. That's an extremely good, and then you get payouts from that. So 2 grand every 8 days, right? So you're essentially paying $100 to potentially get 2 grand 8 days later after you pass. So that's insane, right? And you can do that with multiple accounts. So like, the prop world has made it so competitive because the model is so good. They get paid if you fail. They pay a little bit of rhythmic data. And they get paid if you make money and become good. Right? Yeah, or you can do same day for the add-on. Cool. So like, circling back, it's like, this is a little bit violent. This is a new 15-minute candle, so I'm not really concerned with this. I'm still looking at 310. We haven't hit that yet. Right? You're getting stalls on the 5. Okay, so we might sweep this. Maybe even trade all the way back down into this gap here, which would align with our breaker. That would be lovely. Yeah, so I'm kind of getting to that. So with this competitive industry, what goes on is, that hasn't closed underneath that, by the way, those of you guys that are still long. I do think that we got a little bit of a pullback here, but you're definitely not in danger territory unless you get like a closure, and then we've got like another 20 or 30 points. So like, you get, say, 20 accounts with other firms, and that's all sim funded money. And because of how competitive and how crazy the industry is without a lot of regulation, the other firms will treat that sim money as live capital because they have no intention of putting you to live. And I think you guys know what firms I'm talking about, right? And then they send emails that say you're going to live, or we're at least monitoring you for live, and you end up getting banned, right? Shocker, Exhibit A. Now, but what that does is it creates this aura where we as traders are like, you know what? This sim capital is mine. And the reality of it is that it's not. Nothing exists until it hits your bank account. At all. The goal, especially for you guys that are looking to be doing this long term, the goal is that there goes 310s, right? You still got higher, in my opinion, especially if this continues expanding. Still long. So the goal of you guys should be to collect live accounts with other prop firms. To have multiple live accounts. For multiple reasons. The first one being consistency as a trader. If you're consistent, you will get moved to live with the right firms. Whether that's My Funded Futures, whether that's Tradeify, whether that's ETF, whether that's whomever. Doesn't matter. They will move you to live. That's the goal of proper firms. It's not to keep you in sim. It's not to essentially be giving you money as a charity to have 20 accounts and paying you 40 grand every 2 weeks. And then you blow it and then you reset with another 20 accounts. And then you blow them and then you get another 20 accounts and hopefully you get a payout to cover your expenses. Doesn't make sense. And DTF accounts are no different. They're an accelerated path to live, really. Because you need to make $600 per day. You need to have 15 days. You need to make 9 grand to get a payout of 5 per account. But the goal is to evaluate us to see how consistent we are over time. And if we can be moved to live. And they're very, very clear about that business model. So people will say, well, this other firm, I didn't read your rules, by the way, mistake number 1. And number 2, they'll try and smear people on social media and say that they're denying payouts. And it's bad practice, this, that, and the other, on multiple accounts. And it's nonsense. Right? It's slander. The terms are very, very clear. And this isn't because, like I will absolutely cut down a prop firm. I don't care who they are, if they're operating in bad faith. 110%. And I have. But I will also defend them if they're holding to their rules and they have a very, very clear goal and people either aren't reading them or aren't doing it properly. So people that are making 25 or expecting a payout of 25 grand on 5 DTF accounts, they get paid 5 and 20 gets moved. And that's the rules. That's the rules that you signed up for. So don't move to an account and then complain about the rules that can happen afterwards. Right? You don't sign up for hockey school and then complain about the cost. Or that you got to buy skates. It's lunacy. Right? It's nonsense. Who's still long in this? Yeah, the 5 grand offsets your expenses. You get a payout. You have a massive live balance to start with. If you're a good trader, which you are, getting that kind of a payout from DTF accounts, then you're live and you're taking same day payouts, which is where you want to be. Yeah, I think we get a bit of a pullback now. This is your 15-minute area of interest. Right? We wanted that this morning. I do think we got higher. Whether or not we pull back first, this is starting to get a little bit of a channel. I'm definitely not short. And I don't care if this thing gives me a beautiful double top failure, trades back in and goes. I'll probably pass on that short. And I'll be looking to take longs up to Asia and London high. Right? Now, London did engulf Asia to the downside, but we already took London's low. What I like is that these are smooth. You've got a lot of engineered liquidity. So you got this, you've got those, you've got these, you got that. All beautiful stuff. All beautiful stuff. Pretty huge day for me. Hopefully you guys are running it up the same. Yeah, I mean, they'll still look at, like, if you're getting a $5,000 payout on a DTF account and you're running it, right? You'll probably get yeah, 100 points right now. 100 points right now. Right? So this is the 15-minute area of interest. I do think we go higher. I'm monitoring this to just see if we get some sort of reason to exit, right? So if we see like some major failure in here and it comes back in, I'm probably going to take it off, and then if there's a reason to re-enter, then fine. And this was the move that I wanted here. And I have no problem taking that stop. And this actually highlights a lot of stuff. Right? There's different lessons and that we look at as traders. And you're seeing, by the way, those of you guys that love your SMT. Is that yeah, that is right. Right? So NQ running this high, ES is struggling. Now, again, I'm not looking short today, period. For reasons that I mentioned earlier. And I passed on these shorts, even though I think this was very, very valid. And I think that those of you guys, I think Zach crushed a short in here. Phenomenal stuff, right? And that's one of the reasons that I kind of switch back and forth from doing live executions. I don't like influencing or not influencing you guys' trades. Right? But this highlights your growth as a trader, because if you're not able to take a loss here, there's multiple things from a mental game that are huge. The first one being, you've got to take your losses when you're wrong. Otherwise, you get into major trouble. That's 50 or 60 points straight down, and that's if we're right. If you're wrong and this continues, you blow up from one trade idea. And it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. Right? Do not let one trade idea make or break you. The second one being that the mental game dictates we might be right, we're just not ready yet. Because if we're here, our objective is still 310 and then beyond. We still got smooth highs here. You've still got a lot of engineered liquidity. We're still bouncing off of a daily zone. None of that's changed because we're wrong or too early. None of that's changed. But our framing changes, doesn't it? Especially while you're starting out. Now all of a sudden it's like, well, we're obviously dying because this area... No. No, that's not how it works. You're just not ready yet. So many of you guys need to formulate that bias, take a loss on the chin or take whatever, and until really proven wrong, stick to your guns. And you'll notice that these days end up happening. So then you hit this long, or you hit it here, or you hit it here. I don't care whereabouts you hit it. Right? Doesn't matter where you hit it. But, okay, let's say we had this idea here. Let's even say like something like this. Right? And you're looking for that. And say you had an initial 20-point stop. Right? Let's even say you took a 20-point stop and you got clapped here. Fine. Right? and you make 70 or 100 points on the next trade. Doesn't take a mathematician to figure out that that's a winning strategy. Right? And this is exhibit A of why I don't like shorting in here. This is a valid sell. Well, it's a valid sell candle, actually. The flip occurs down here, so we're still in bullish delivery. Like, this was the area of interest where I expected a reaction. We monitor that reaction. Is it strongly bearish? No. That failed. That failed. That failed. They do pay, Rengatti. They do pay. Right? We're, and not to give you too much mental, but we got a few people here. Who here says or talks about or thinks of how many days green they are and says I'm on a streak? The second you start saying you're on a streak, what happens? Go to Twitter. Search for 10-day winning streak, 15-day winning streak, 19-day green day. See what happens. Inevitably, within 3 days, boom, huge red day. No idea why. I know why. You're an idiot. Stop calling that into existence. If you say you're on a streak, essentially you're saying I'm 19 days green, I need a pullback. I'm 15 days green. Right? Why can't it be every day? And ask yourselves consciously every day, if I follow my rules and I trade my system, every day could be green. And people go green for a full month. Why not you? It's the mental game. It's the mental game. As we continue on to 370. You've got a valid structural zone here. Would be shocked if we flipped. But we're getting close. Now, I don't mention this to throw shade on anybody. Right? At all. I want you guys all to succeed. I just want you to be aware of your triggers. One of the things I'm going to be talking about at the Trader Summit is the concept of a thermostat. You guys have heard me talk about this before. By the way, if you guys are lurking, you don't want to type something in the chat to get involved in the first giveaway. Appreciate you guys that are holding or that have been here for a bit. Now, who here has been in a difficult situation where you ended up, you know, at a time where you really couldn't afford to, who's lost a job? Or your main source of income? Protected low coming in. See how that goes. Right? Major inversion coming in. Fair enough. 1030 as well. So really in the time that it needs to, or that it could pull back on a violent, right? You've got a 5-minute low we're dealing with right now. Your CSD spot's all the way underneath. So we'll see if this actually ends up closing underneath that. We've got a non-credible or high that's not valid. So I do expect us to take that at some point, right? I think somebody was short up in here. Very aggressive, love it, right? If that's your system, either from manipulation or whatever else, cool. At the right time. If this is your thermostat of life, and this is where you're comfortable, you will find a way of getting back to this. Always. You always find a way of getting back to your identity. So, like the market will consolidate. Oh, the economy is doing great. Bang. Oh, there's tariffs. Oh, Trump's got COVID. Oh, look, we just signed a trade deal with China, right? We fly all over the place, don't we? The same thing happens in life. Comfortable. Lost my job. What happens down here? You get your ass going, don't you? I better start another business. I better get another job. I better start working on myself. I better learn a new skill so that this doesn't happen again. And you get back to here. And then you're comfortable, and what happens? Sometimes you consolidate here, but all the skills and all the fire and everything that you built down here sends you up. And now you're flying in your new job. You look great in the mirror. You love it. And then your mind does what? Hey, no. We're not millionaires. Let's take the weekend off the gym. Let's stop studying. Let's do whatever. I'm doing well at work, so I don't need to really push too hard right now. Or the honeymoon phase of your new job or whatever has died off. And then we come back down to earth. And then we consolidate here. The same thing happens in trading. Blew an account. I better feckin' stick to my rules. I better refine and get the knowledge from that failure. And then you get back here and you start making the same amount of money. And then all those rules you created end up giving you, oh, I'm close to a payout. I'm up 10 days green. Oh shit. No. I can't make $20,000 in 8 days. I can't make $30,000. Who do I think I am? And then you blow up 2 days later. Get back down to your comfortability zone. So be aware of those triggers. Be really aware of those triggers. I will be putting a case study of a few trades. This one in particular, and then yesterday on School. I actually see there's a bunch of people that have messaged on there. I don't think standard practice is here, but I wanted to give him a shout out. Him and Slick, I believe, or rather. Swidang Singh, I believe. was our, oh no, it wasn't. It was Tigo. What am I talking about? It was Tigo. Was the most active person in our school last month. He won a free month here, which is awesome. And then the standard practice was a close second. They actually were battling all month. Standard practice has been doing a lot of the mental game that's free on there. And he decided to not take a payout from his Top Step account and run it up a little bit more. And he's actually made $4,000 on his live XFA, which is a huge achievement for him. He's actually scaled down, and I love that. I absolutely love that. But it's the mental game that is the level up. You guys likely don't need a lot more strategy. Your strategy will have exponential returns as you learn it initially, but then it will start giving small improvements. Bless me. Small improvements, but like working on the psychology will yield, like if you have like two charts and this is your strategy curve, it basically will do something like this. Your psychology will be something similar. It'll be like this, and then all of a sudden the psychology is by far what you should be focused on. Right, so this is beautiful. You got a 5-minute valid low. Right, so that closed here. We then actually went sideways. You could have expected this to trade back up. That would have been valid as well. We're now determining if this 5-minute CSD is going to hold. Yeah, pretty much. This is a violent pullback to then get long. Again, here's your 5-minute inversion. Or not inversion, rather, sorry. You're looking at this. And then right underneath that is our breaker that we wanted in the first place. So you got this whole big area. Let's actually just make that this little. Here's your 5-minute gap that we're in right now. For those of you guys that have been here, 10-minute warning. Make sure you're typing something in the chat. If this closes above this, great. Otherwise, I think we've got some buying here, and we've actually got a little bit lower to go. But we'll see. We'll see. And the reason I think a little bit lower is we're just above the midpoint. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were scaling in. I don't really like this at all. This was violent to me. So I would expect some buying. Maybe we then run them out, and then we can go. Don't need to be early, but it could be violent. Could be violent. Yeah, the 5-minute did flip, trading back down. Trading back down to our higher time frame area of interest and our initial balance. Right? And I think the biggest thing is whereabouts should we go to? We'll find out. We'll find out. Make sure you guys are typing something in chat. I'll be right back. 1 sec. baby. Nice little flip there. I think this is very, very dangerous for shorts. That's right at the midpoint, and you got a flip. So I think this is a valid long with the stop underneath. You got a new 15-minute candle coming out. So I like a lot of this on the 5, but we very well could get a run of that low into the breaker. We'll see. But I think this is, I think if you're long, you want it to break above, and then you're essentially risk-free trade now from this tap back in. Right? And you want confirmation. We've already created a valid low. Right? I'd probably be break even if you're in anywhere in the 60s or lower. 64.75. Beautiful stuff, Niznos. Beautiful stuff, Niznos. That's a gorgeous 5-minute from there. You got a new 15 coming in hot. That 15 failed that low so far. If this candle respects here, then we go higher. Right? Otherwise, I think this could get a little bit nasty. I'm trading back down lower into this breaker, and this is your 15-minute that's having to take this low. But I thought that was a very valid flip. Right? Just not really the reaction that I'd like. You don't want this to close underneath here. This is very, very violent, so you would guesstimate that it might. But we'll see. You get 10 seconds. This is your trade back in and leaving. You can now go break even with wherever you are. And you are looking for goodbye, senor. Goodbye, senor. At least the 5-minute high at 301. Or 350 rather. At least, at least, at least. I think you've got a decent shelf here at 306s as well. That might give a little bit of a reaction as this area is not really mitigated. So you might get something out of this. We'll see. We'll see. But I definitely be break even. What did we do? We did a 10-minute warning. We got 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Not really liking this lethargic movement. Not really liking that lethargic movement. So this very well could end up being something where this happens. Still no entry for me. Okay. What I usually like is the flip. So bullish candle, even this, that's 2 ticks bullish, but still bullish. And you get that movement down inside of your area of interest, that 5-minute fair value gap. at the midpoint of this current swing. Buying, run out retail, close above the bearish candle, trades back in, leaves. Trades back in, leaves. And then we don't necessarily know here if this is going to go on a rocket ship, right? As in rocket ship. Or if this is going to be lethargic. We don't know that here. The position evolves, and that information leads to, okay, should I take profits? Or go break even early? Or whatever the case may be. Right? If this is lethargic, then our concern is that this is a lower time frame movement. Right? You got your 5. And we'll see what ends up going on here. Right? 50-minute failed this low. So we're waiting to see what goes on here in 11 more minutes. Maybe this hourly failed above and we're coming crashing back down. Maybe. Maybe. I'm going to fire up marbles and I'm going to save this chat. Make sure you guys have typed something in chat. My God. One person says, add me, please. That's a flip. Could be trading back down to here. Who knows? All right. I still like London and Asia highs. I don't like that hourly. So we'll see. Yes, sir, Solo. Yes, sir, Solo. Appreciate that, ICT. 2023 trader. I actually don't know the 2023 model. I studied the 2022 a lot. Again, the concern, I think Pix mentioned this earlier, is the 5 failed or flipped, right? That's a CSD. After the valid high, you expect this area to be challenged. It was. 5-minute fair value gap, flip, sends us higher. That's an easy 30 points. Or we're chopping around here, which then flips back. So for me, you got the breaker down here, fine. Which is the concern after this has now flipped back bearish. So I'd be a little bit surprised if this makes a valid high or a valid low and then runs. I'm not short. I'm actually done for the day if I'm honest. Right? I made a fair amount per account on this run. And yeah, still honestly looking a little bit higher. That hourly fail is a little bit concerning, right? Hourly fail is a little bit concerning, but I mean this candle, whew. I think somebody mentioned earlier today, seek and destroy, very, very possibly, right? So our major issue is we've already tapped into the discount of this range. Whether or not we have to sweep this out and this gives you your double bottom inside your breaker, which then runs. I do think that we do need to revisit this area, right? So if you go long in here before, while I run up these marbles, let's say you're long on this closure. With the flip, trust your system. Let's say a 15-point stop, let's say, right? Not quite 2-to-1, but I think that this is valid. Oops. Right? So you got to hold to your stop or your break even. And then you re-enter if you get something else. The danger of re-entering is whereabouts do you re-enter in this shit? Right? now your understanding of stall candles really comes in. You got that that bullish one right here at 1051. And you're looking again that this is just a flip to then lift. Beautiful, Demetrius. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Chat is saved. Chat is saved. Who's feeling lucky? Punks? Who's feeling lucky, punks? Whoop! These are actually, funny enough, these are the days where I struggled. I've talked with this with my wife / trading psychologist / better half. And when you're on, like, man, those of you guys that have been around us for a while, when we're on, do not trade against us. Like, do not trade against us. Period. Right? But like, I have a hard time going for more than like $2,000 per account per day. I want that consistent two, anything like over one, like fine, done, happy days. But like when I'm on and I want to like scale into this shit and push it, you know, and get like $3,000 or $4,000 or like $2,000 here and like run up an account, you know, that's my next hurdle. That's my next hurdle. Okay, while I download this spreadsheet, we'll do a, I want to do something free for you guys where you guys can ask a whole bunch of questions. Well, I don't hit $2,000 every day. I don't hit $2,000 every day. I'm not suggesting that. I'm talking about when I'm on, rather than like stopping at $2,000, like running up. I've had multiple live accounts with multiple firms. I made well over 6 figures last year trading the market, and the same this year. I'm definitely not the #1 trader, but we know what we're doing. Let's put it that way. Back in 75.50, tight stop. Okay, love it. Love it. We'll we decided in June that we wanted to do a little bit more for the community, and we actually started that school room for a reason. And I think we're going to do a I don't know if it'll be every week, but maybe every second week. Those of you guys that want to level up your mental game or particular parts of your trading strategy, we'll do some live Q&A. I think that'll be on Zoom. So we'll post a link to that in the schoolroom and then in the Discord as well. And that's kind of for you guys to be like, you know what, I got clapped this week, but what do I do? It might be, I'm doing really, really well and I want to level up. I know there's another level out there, but I don't know how to unlock it. Was it always ICT sell for you? No. No, I did a stint with ICT. My biggest concern with ICT was I had no idea where the hell the draw on liquidity was. So I was taking imbalances all over the damn place, and I got clapped. It's levels to this. I remember you, man. I think you were DTFX way back in the day, weren't you? I think you were in the bullpen when we first joined. Good, you were a good trader. I remember you. All right. Marbles time, lads. Let's feckin' go. Let's go. Get rid of bot Ricks. Again, if you're not here when we get the names, we run it back. We run it back. Make sure you guys are here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who's long in this before we flip over the stream to marbles? This is getting a little lethargic. You're inside of your area of interest here. I still like higher, but we want to see violence. So depending on how aggressive you guys are and how lovely you guys like to hold to targets, you're either concerned about a flip, right? As in, you would need a closure underneath this. And that's a little bit less aggressive. That's if you're swing trading. And then your trade back in would likely mitigate and you're looking for this. Right? Or you're following your invalidation points. So we've now traded above. This is your mini pullback. Your mini pullback. You've got this shelf here at 306 as well. We just hit it. People will be looking to short in this. I am not shorting. My God, I'm not shorting. And that means that I missed this. And I'm fine with that. I really don't care. You know? And by the way, your bank account doesn't either. Your bank account gives no shits how it gets paid. But it wants consistency, doesn't it? I wasn't long for being lethargic. Yeah, I can understand that entirely. I can understand that entirely. Right? I think staying long, if you're swinging it, your stop goes underneath here. If it's lethargic, then essentially this movement should do what? Trade into your first area of interest, of structure. Trades back down. Your concern is that this breaks this low. And what do we end up getting on the 5? Boom. Boom. You hop back in. Right? Not exactly beautiful on either, but did it follow what exactly we were looking for? Trades back down to here, right? At some point that's going to happen. We wanted that to happen. Nearly off the midpoint, 312.75. How close? One tick. Son of a bitch. Anyway. You guys have heard me talk a lot enough. Who's ready to win some free stuff? Ooh, baby. All right, get my mug out of the way, shall we? Make it a little bit smaller. Make it a little bit smaller. Oh, tabs. All right. All right, all right, all right. Quick little rundown. Make sure you guys are in this. Make sure you guys are in this. 66 people, 30 here. We'll see. You guys should have been making your bank. See a couple of those of you guys that actually have been here that just didn't type. We'll grab a couple of you guys in here. All right. 69. Let's go. Oh my goodness, Brady. 70. Even 70. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to do... I think Alienated was fun, wasn't it? Let's get this Alienated going. Where's Alienated? Is it... it's not alphabetical, of course not. That would make it way too easy, wouldn't it? There it is. All right. Good luck. Who's feeling lucky, lads and ladies? Who's feeling lucky? Good luck. Good luck. You're in there very, very duds. There's Stoic off to a good start. Oh, he got held up. That's unfortunate. Aesthetic snob taking the lead. Where's our... Oh! Solo! Thank you for your sacrifice. Enjoy the pro, bro. Sorry, buddy. There goes Snob. He's well away. Rangati. Good lad. Where's some of the old lads? JB's in here. Niznos is in here. Picks, number 8. Let's go. Oh! No! Andiz! Andiz, the probe. Yikes. Yikes. Oh, Niznos. Niznos and Benari coming flying. Oh, Snob takes the lead again. Here he goes. But does he overshoot? Is there going to be a heartbreak? Where's the ship? Where's the ship? Oh, Lucas, what happened to you, bro? Oh, no, it's going over to Snob. Is it going to get him in his nose? They're duking it out for first. Look at him. What's purple? What's purple? Moment of truth. Is it an overshoot? Elma Churi. Oh, Dillip gets probed. Sorry, bro. It's Underwood. Matt. No, Matt. Oh, heartbreak. I thought you had it, bro. What was that? What was that? Jesus. You got like held on the side and then it just fell off. You were like here, like where Andrew is, and then it fell. That's insanity. Story of my life. Oh, actually, I actually hurt for you, man. Oh. Oh, that was rough. That was a bad beat. That was a bad beat. Congrats, Niznos. You lucky duck. All right. Oh, man. I got to take a minute after that. We've seen some bad beats in the history of the marbles. That was a 50K DTF, bro. Congratulations. Jesus. Okay, I gotta make the phone call. Yeah, congrats, Niznos, you prick. Hi. Do you want to ping everybody? Alright. Hi, baby girl. Daddy's getting off the phone. I'll see you in a minute. Bye, bye, bye. We're going to run it back. We're taking a few minutes just to get everybody else in here. And then we're going to run it up again. We'll do another one. Oh, yikes. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. What we got going on here? Oh, that was violent right off of our area too, wasn't it? Look at that. Jesus. Inducement, maybe? We were talking about it being lethargic. And could very well be looking at this. We'll see. That's a rough 5-minute candle. But we'll see. I think you would have expected something a little bit more off of the 5-minute fair value gap than this lethargic movement. So, yo, welcome to you guys, you late stragglers. We want this, we want that, we want this, we want goodbye, see you later, if it's going to run up here. Otherwise, we could just chop around and be a little bit insane. We'll see. We'll give you guys a few minutes. Make sure you guys are typing in the chat if you're joining just now from the ping. Good morning. Also, you guys that missed the first ones, doing a 50K DTF. You guys want to be here a little bit earlier next time. Just saying. But make sure you guys like the stream, please. Working for free. Bum, 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 bum. All right. What do we get going on here? Right to the midpoint. This is your 5-minute breaker area. Again, typically what I like to look for in these is some sort of an inversion. This is accelerating through, which I don't like. Usually I want to see some sort of stall, which then inverts. And then you take that inversion trade there, and then you're looking for it to trade to the SMDR. You're monitoring that reaction. If that reaction ends up being something violently through, like say something like this, sideways, run out retail, goodbye. Happy days. No inversion. Right? That was kind of a narrative long. But something like that would be beautiful. If. Okay, 10-second warning. Make sure you guys are typing in chat. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Something in the chat. Like the stream. Subscribe, you degenerates. No, I'm just kidding. I love you all. What should we do? Should we do alienated again? What do you guys think? What's all this spam? You only have to type once. Jesus. All right. Do it again for this spreadsheet. How do we do today, lads? Do we make bag? We retiring? Boom. Downloaded. All right. Get off that shit. All right. All right. You guys should be in here, I believe. Zayan, you're in here, bro. What do you mean, add me? What do you mean, add me? 104, 50 watching now. How does that work? 53. Bum, 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 bum. You're right there, my bro. You're right there. You're right there, Yusuf. Everybody should be in. 104. Do something fun. Want some death? I think we want some death. You guys should all, you know what? Man. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm a sucker, aren't I? Isn't ChatGPT or Gemini? You guys prefer like Gemini or ChatGPT? Or Claude? Those of you guys that are in the know. GPT, eh? Yeah, is it? right. 111. Some of them are bots. Let's do something fun. Do something fun. We got, you know what? Castle Siege. You guys should all be on the list, yes. I re-uploaded it, so we're good. Re-uploaded it. Alright. GPT-5, Grok. Grok for the win. Alright. Good luck. This is going to get chaotic. Chaotic. Oh, Matthias. Oh, Matthias. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry, lads. That was violent. Matthias. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this? He died. Heartbreak. Where's Jenks? Oh, bro, you're so close. That's unfortunate. I think that would have been like the record of the ages. Lydia Chan. Where's Lydia Chan? Lydia? Nobody else even close. Nizno's trying to go for number 2. Sorry, bro. Oh! No, Lydia! Heartbreak times 2. This map taking names. So sorry. So sorry. Oh, there goes Lucas. Lucas was in the lead for a sec. Oh, there's Pix and Zach. Where's Zach? Oh no! Third heartbreak. This map. Who chose this shit? Your solo trades? Solo trades trying his hand? Nope. Oh no, there goes the wife. Kabiru. Kabiru trying. This is like Death Star movie 4. Wesley. Oh, Cloud Base. You almost made a run for it, bro. Wesley. Wesley. No, Wesley. Rangatti. No. Oh no! Heartbreak! Father of Legends! Father of Legends! The father! Where is he? I know he's here. I know he's here. Oh, that was insane. That was insane. Where's the father of legends? To nobody's surprise, Hope coming dead last. There is no hope. There is no hope. Yeah, Wesley, you were. I thought you had it for a sec. You were kind of slow at like right here, and then you got knocked. Where is Father of Legends? Or do we have to run it back? Be Grateful, coming in 17th. Man Bear, 18th, good lad. Mayonnaise Unicorn, pardon? There's Knockout Trader, you're wondering what your name was? You're 29th, bro. 29th. First death. 10. He's a 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel bad, new guy to the stream, I think. We're gonna run it back. Oh, I wasn't on the list. You're right there, bro. You're right there, bro. Run it back. Run it back. Death Alley. Death Alley. There was a lot of deaths. All right. I mean, he might be busy. Might be busy, but I've got to have rules so that you guys don't jump in and then just bounce. Is this the last or what? Yes. This is the last one. Oh, Yusuf! Going on a flight. He landed it. He landed it. Excuse me? Oh, ICT, bro. No, you were too young. You were too young. Niznos. Sorry, bro. Boing. Boing. JB and Hack the Planet. Very deads. There goes Hack. Peter. Peter coming off of his recent win, I think. JB is also won a few recently, I believe. There's Aesthetic. Slick going in. Where did you come from? Win V. Win V. There goes Win V. Sorry, bro. Peter. Can he last? Oh. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Front row seat. Does he get it? Does he get it? Oh, he's through. He's through. I think he's got it. It's Peter. Good lad, Peter. What's up? Where are you? I know you're here. I know you're here. Bum, 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 bum. Peter Minsiomi. There goes hope. To the sky. Death. There goes Lydia again. Lydia, you gotta survive some of these. You gotta survive some of these, I swear. Peter, man, you gotta claim this, bro. Where are you? It is for trading. It is for trading. I'm going to save the chat and then we'll re-upload again. We've got some new people in here. If we got to run it back, we might as well make sure we're doing it properly. This is for a 50K DTF account. And then we'll check in on our ideas. I'm done for the day making it's probably my biggest day this month actually. Bum 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 bum. Third time it is. Third time it is. All right. We're going to run it back. You're in there, bro. You're in there. Oh, you're late, are you? I hope you have a good reason, you day, Dav. Couple of you, oh, family? I don't know. All right, 118. What do we want? What do we want? Love's in the air? Want love's in the air? Oh man, I apologize to everybody whose name that I have butchered. Flat apology. I am sorry. It's the half Irish, half Canadian accent that I got going on. Enemy at the gates. Let's go. Enemy at the gates. This is how I think of bears. Does anybody else think of short sellers as the enemy? Or is that just me? I'm kidding, of course. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, don't be first out of the gate. You clapped. The Ginny. Oh, ICT flying off again, bro. Man. No, too fast. You don't want to be first. I love shorts. Victor and oh, see, father of legends, man. That's karma for missing the last one. No. Now. Lydia, just not loving these maps, Lydia. She's really not loving them. Ellis, too fast, my bro. Islam ooze. Where is he? Is Islam here? Islam! I know they've got to be here. There's no way they're not here. Botrick's coming in fourth. Bum, bum, bum. We'll do until the end of the map if they're here or not. If not, we immediately run it back. And we'll just keep going with this. Somebody's got to win. My goodness. I've had no fire today either. Abraham looks like he's going to come in. Yeah, there they are. All right. All right. Everybody's like, is he here? Please don't be here. All right. Message me on school, YouTube. Actually, Niz knows we talk all the time, man. Islam messaged me on school. And yeah, lads, pretty phenomenal day. Pretty phenomenal day. You guys that grabbed that long, again, exact same sort of thing. This shit repeats, but it's only in these areas of interest that you're looking for. That didn't actually even trade back in. That's so violent. And you have to understand when that's not trading back in. Right? This attempted to here, we then left. Boom. Trades back in. Now we've broken the SNDR. Trades back into where? The area that broke the SNDR. Goodbye. Running this out. Very likely running this one too. To the moon, baby. Pack a lunch. Pack a lunch. Right? We'll do a free but we'll do it in the Discord. Maybe we'll do it in the Discord tomorrow. We'll do a Q&A for the week. You guys can ask 1,000,001 questions, and we'll do that after we make our bag tomorrow on YouTube. So tune in, unless you guys don't like money. Then don't tune in. That's cool too. All right, lads. If we don't see you and you're running away, then happy weekend. But yeah, congrats to those that made bag today with us. We'll see you guys later. Shout out to ETF for these accounts as well, lads. Really, really kind of them and their team. Best prop firm for sure. Bye, 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 bye.